Welcome to Puerto Rico Life. This is Jeffrey Holst. I've been working on my Spanish, as many of you already know, and so I'm going to attempt this one time, and you guys can all laugh at my horrible pronunciation. Bienvenido a la vida de Puerto Rico. Vida, I don't know. I'm sure I got that wrong. But anyway, somebody can correct me in the comments. I look a little pasty because of my sunblock, but that's all right. Anyway, listen, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update because I've been on the island since Monday. It is now Saturday, the 22nd of May, and I haven't given an update in a few days. I've had a crazy busy couple of days, and so I really appreciate everyone who's been reaching out to me to check how everything's going and putting comments in the video. And obviously, guys, if you are liking my content, please, hit the like, the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, all that, because the more of this stuff that happens, the easier it is for me to continue doing this. So anyway, here's the update. I arrived safely on Monday. The arrival process was quite easy. It was not difficult. I had my barcode from doing my pre-flight COVID test and filling out the travel declaration form. Big news on that, by the way. I learned from Jen there, done that. Now, coming up Monday, they are allowing fully vaccinated people to come in without a pre-flight COVID test. You have to still do the travel declaration, but you don't need a COVID test anymore if you are fully vaccinated. The same thing with the mask mandate. In a lot of places, it's going away. And most important for people here on the island, curfew is ending. So no curfew after almost 18 months. It's out here in 15 months with a curfew of some sort. The curfew was extended about 2 weeks ago to midnight from 10 p.m. I was here 8 weeks ago during the 10 p.m. curfew, and it was very strange. Everything's shutting down early, as people on the island know, and now things are extended till 10 from 10 p.m. to midnight. That's helped a lot, but now there's going to be no curfew whatsoever at all. Now, that doesn't mean that everything's going to be open. There's still some restrictions on when you can be open and stuff like that, but if you need to be out and about, you can be, because the curfew will be gone as of Monday, only a couple days from now. Big news on that front. My wife is arriving today, so I'm about to leave and go to the airport to pick her up. So I'm excited about that. But like I promised, a quick update of what I've done since I've been here. So I spent some time in Old San Juan, went to Barachina, tried the pina colada. Excellent. They have a claim to have the first pina colada. For pina colada was created there. I think the Caribe Hilton has a credible claim to that as well, and theirs may even predate the one at Barachina. Not wading into the middle of that right now, but we tried the one at Barachina. It was very good. Honestly, probably even better than the one at the Caribe Hilton, which is also good. But on one level, a pina colada is a pina colada, and whoever invented it, thank you for that, because pina coladas are delicious. Let's see, I went on a sailboat ride, Amazing Grace. It was amazing. We did a little ride out in the bay and out to see El Morro from the water side. And then I also did the Discover Scuba that we talked about. So in the previous video, I talked about how a couple of my friends were coming here to do Discover Scuba. They wanted to try scuba diving for the first time, and we did that as well here in San Juan. Now, the big news, this is the really big news. So the progress that I've made today, I'm loving my time here. I've seen lots of cool things, and it's been really entertaining, but so far I've been acting like a tourist, right? Not anything wrong with that, but I'm in Quedado. I did some grocery shopping, and I have a refrigerator, so it's a little less touristy, but it's still very touristy. But what I did do is I went ahead and I booked some time while my wife's here to see the west side of the island. So we're actually going to stay for a couple of days in Isabela, and then we're going to stay a couple of days on the south part of the west side of the island. Drawing a mental blank now. I'll put it in the show notes. But anyway, though, so this weekend coming up, we're going to do a little bit of traveling. We'll be out of San Juan. We're going to spend some time scuba diving in the south, You guys are going to know where it is. I'm drawing a silly mental blank, so sorry about that. But there's a bioluminescent bay down there where you can actually go snorkeling. It's the only one I understand on the island where you can actually swim in the water. So we're going to go do that. Snorkel the bioluminescent bay, go diving on the wall. That should be very exciting, much better than scuba diving here in San Juan, which was actually pretty cool. I don't know that there's a way to show you what I saw, but I will make a video later where I have some footage of the scuba diving that I did here in San Juan, which was actually better than I expected. It was a little bit cloudy, but we saw some turtles, we saw some squid, lots and lots of fish. And this is like right outside of Old San Juan. There's a marine park there, and I'm, of course, completely unprepared and drawing a blank on the name of that as well. But anyway, if anyone wants to know, please let me know, and I will put that in the comments as well. So if you have any questions, I mean, we're hanging out here. There's a few people watching live. Feel free to put them in the chat, and I will try to answer those. But basically, just wanted everyone to know everything's going well. The channel's growing well. I'm very amazed by this. We hit 10,000 views. 10,000 views today. I've had the channel for about a month, and we've already hit 10,000 views. So thank you so much for that. I have a couple of other channels, and one of them I've had for over a year and has not hit 10,000 views. It's a great channel, though, so you should check that out. It's Last Life Ever. Here, I'll put that in the live chat for anyone who wants to check it out later. Last Life Ever. Actually, that's what we've been doing the last few days. A couple of people from my Last Life Ever podcast show have been here in Puerto Rico with me, exploring San Juan, taking video footage and things like that for our show. And so that will be shared in the future on the Last Life Ever thing. We also broke down, this happened yesterday. Jillian Sidoti, my co-host for Last Life Ever, and I were driving to look. She used to live in San Juan for a few years when she was in high school. And so we were driving to look at her old neighborhood with her husband and one of her children. And we were driving over there, and we hit what I would describe as a ball of twine. I don't know. It was like a plasticky rope. It wasn't really twine, but it was like a string made of plastic. And it was about that big. It was this huge thing. It was in the middle of the road, and we couldn't swerve to avoid it because we would have hit another vehicle. We hit this string, and it wrapped around the drivetrain of the Jeep and started melting and formed this large clump that was like stuck on the underside of the Jeep, and it made a lot of noise, and it was going to get worse. So we pulled over to the side, actually into a parking lot of a veterinarian clinic, and we borrowed a scissors, and we were trying to cut it away. So I'm climbing up underneath the Jeep, and I'm trying to cut away this stuff with the scissors. And Jillian's husband says, what we need is a machete. Like, we need a machete. If we had a machete, we'd be able to do this. And he says, I'm going to go find a machete. So he walks off, and like 5 minutes later, he comes back with a machete, and we're able to hack that stuff off. It took about an hour or so, but we were able to get it all cleared out of there and back on the road. So it was no big deal. It was just kind of an entertaining story. I take a little video footage of Jillian with the machete, so maybe I will be able to share some of that on a future video here. So if you guys want to see that, be sure to let me know that you're wanting to see the machete footage, because that was pretty crazy, actually. I mean, it literally was like a big old machete, like a really dull one, and we're just underneath the Jeep, just chopping away at this. Actually, I have a piece of the string right over here. Hold on. So I don't know what this is, right? But like, so it's like this. I don't know if you can tell the consistency, but see, it's like a plastic woven string, right? And there was this giant ball of this, right? Like huge, like just giant ball of this stuff. And it got all wrapped around the drive chain. And this is like it's really strong, right? So it's like not like what it was getting worse and worse as it wrapped around there. So we didn't really have a choice. But anyway, we were able to fix it. So it could be a lot worse. That was like a borrowed car too. So it's not like we had rental car insurance and we could just call the rental car company and be like, hey, come get the car. Like, there's a problem. I don't even know if it worked that way, but we did free it with the machete, and that solved that problem. So, let's see what else happened. So that was good. The diving was good. The other thing is like it's been really hard for us to find places to eat, especially on the weekend. The reason for that, I think, has been because of the reduced capacity at restaurants, and then also being in a tourist area, and there's just a lot of tourists about. So we made some reservations for the next couple of nights. I have a couple of friends arriving today as well from Chattanooga, and then my wife is showing up. So we're going to go out to dinner tonight and tomorrow and the next day before we head to the West Coast. So if there's anything you'd like me to make a video about while I'm over on the West Coast, or there's anything you want me to check out, please let me know, and I will do my best to make videos about that as well. So I appreciate everyone who is watching this video, the people that are watching it live. Hey, thanks. And people that catch it later as well. If there's anything I can do for any of you, please let me know. I'm going to continue to monitor the comments. I've gotten so many great comments from so many people. Many people have reached out to me both via email at liveinpr.com. So it's L-I-V-E-R. I'm sorry, it's live, L-I-V, right? Live in I-N-P-R, like Puerto Rico, and then dot, like the period sign. It's not spelled out, it's just .com at gmail.com, which I realize is a little weird thing to do, but it seemed right at the time, so that's what I did. And anyway, so that Gmail is available if people want to reach out there, but you can also just put stuff in the comments. I try to respond to as many of those as I can. And like I said in the past, if you are liking my content, please subscribe, give me the thumbs up, give me the heart logos, all that kind of stuff, and comment on the videos. The more interactions we get, the better it is. It's a graduation now, so we're getting a lot of people driving by. There's a school near here, driving by, seniors, standing up out of the sunroofs of their car, moonroofs of their car, like waving and yelling and screaming and generally celebrating. It's a very celebration type mood right now. But anyway, so far the summary is I'm loving Puerto Rico. It's been great being here. Been working on my Spanish. Like I said, I'm not doing really great on that, but I have time, and we'll keep doing that. So yeah, looks like I'm going to get to regular verbs soon. Right now that verb conjugation thing, it's tricky for non-native speakers. And I've also got my little Puerto Rico guidebook, so that's handy, and I'm going to start looking at that, trying to find some stuff to do for the next few days. And like I said, it's been really great the last little while, being able to spend this time here in Puerto Rico and start to get to know Puerto Rico. Now, I think I've mentioned before, I've been to Puerto Rico 6 or 7 times over the last 20 years. First time I came here was on my honeymoon. We flew to San Juan the day after we got married, back in 2000. And hopefully my wife's not watching. 2002, I think, and I'm pretty sure it's 2002. We flew here, and we spent a grand total of 3 days. We went on a 7-day cruise from the cruise port, and then when we came back, we spent 3 days in San Juan. And ever since then, I've wanted to explore more of the island. We did rent a car then and drive to El Yunque and Fajardo and Ponce, but we didn't get a chance to go anywhere else, and we didn't really get a lot of time, obviously 3 days. And I've been back several times, a couple of times on cruises where I was just in Old San Juan for a day, half a day, and then a couple of times where we've gone on a cruise left from San Juan and we've stayed for a day or two after, and we tended to stay at the Caribe Hilton, which is a fantastic place, but not the same as exploring the island. So I have the car for the next 24 days that I have left, or 25 days that I have left, and we're going to go do some exploring over the next week, and I will be sure to post videos about the places that I go and share updates along the way. If there's anything in particular that you want to hear, just let me know. So thanks again so much. I'm going to wrap up now. For everyone that's watched live, thank you. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it really means a lot to me if you continue to comment, like, and subscribe to my content. So if there's anything I can do, please let me know. And Have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I look forward to sharing with you another update very soon. Thank you, and don't forget to live. That's my other show. So we always end the Last Life Ever show with don't forget to live the best version of your last life ever. And I just about went to that mode instead of, saying goodbye, adieu, adios, whatever. I think I need to come up with like a sign-off phrase for when I do these little streams like this. So if anyone has any ideas, something probably needs to be in Spanish because I need to keep working on that. So we'll think of something in Spanish. Make some suggestions of something short and sweet that's like, thanks for watching, or, be sure to check out the Island of Enchantment or something like that. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Like, or something about Puerto Rico, whatever you guys think. I love some suggestions. If you have any, put them in the comments and we will definitely consider those as well. And with that, I will say adios.